Not like racism, it is racism. Anti-fatness is rooted in anti-blackness.
Nah, hold up, let me cook. You really said, actually, wanting to lose weight is because you're racist. It's another one of these videos, man, where we look at some psycho with an absolutely insane take about the world we live in. I've noticed that the fat activists have been far more comfortable saying just the most ridiculous things, and I'm here to just put y'all in check real quick, kind of just remind you that your thoughts and your takes are invalid, at least on this particular subject. I mean, if I'm looking for a great place to eat, I will go to the fat activists, but in terms of like how society should look, do not listen to these people. Do not let them cook. Today we got a clip of a lady saying that if you want to lose weight and you want to look your best, you basically, yeah, you're racist, okay? She's saying that you're racist. Now, fact check false. If you want to lose weight, you of course do not hate other races. That makes no sense whatsoever. But these people spend so much time in their like fat positivity echo chamber where they basically eventually get so alienated from normal talking points that the narrative they spread is no longer at all grounded in reality, where like, I don't know, 5 years ago, the fat activists would be saying, hey guys, it's time to stop bullying fat kids at school. It's time to stop yelling earthquake when you see a fat kid doing jumping jacks, right? Like, I feel like these are reasonable requests, that these are reasonable expectations for society. Like, hey, let's not just harass random people because they're fat. Obviously, I'm all for jokes, I'm all for a little bit of healthy clowning, but in general, like, yeah, I agree that you shouldn't just go up to some kid and start like poking him because you think he's the size of a whale. But this isn't even the discussion anymore. We're so far away from that being like the, you know, the conversation at hand, to now we're discussing if wanting to lose weight, like actually going on a weight loss journey, means you hate different races. But I'm gonna give this lady a chance to explain her take as to why she thinks losing weight or not wanting to be fat is racist. And yeah, we're gonna hear her out, but before we do, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And yeah, let's get into this.
Not like racism, it is racism. Anti-fatness is rooted in anti-blackness. And the reason why people are pursuing thinness is because they're pursuing proximity to whiteness.
All right, I'm gonna jump in here real quick and just kind of slow you down. You're going a little bit fast here. I just want to make sure that I'm able to respond to every droplet of knowledge that you're spitting. So she's claiming that the reason people pursue thinness is not because thinness is generally associated with good health, but because thinness is apparently associated with whiteness. So right off the bat, that's obviously not true. If you ask anybody in the gym, anybody of any race, why they're in the gym, or not even people who are in the gym, people that might be just eating clean to look better and lose weight, right? Ask them why they're doing it. It's not because they're trying to be more white or they're trying to be associated with whiteness. It's because they're trying to improve the quality of their health. Like, that logic actually makes no sense. That's like if you see a black dude eating a salad, that's basically you're assuming that he's doing that because he wants to be accepted by white people. That makes no sense. I feel like in a way it's kind of more racist to say that like being healthy is associated with whiteness. Like, imagine if you go up to a black kid eating a salad and you're like, oh, you're just trying to get validation from your white friends. Like, that seems kind of more racist. Because what if you flip that on a white person who's now eating bad? You say, oh, you're eating bad, what are you trying to be black? What are you, black? Like, that sounds so bad, dude. You understand how if you flip it, it literally is actually racist. But you know, maybe she's on to something here. Maybe I'm just in the wrong here. Maybe I just don't get the bigger picture. And you know what, I'm just gonna let her spit.
This is because they're pursuing proximity to whiteness. The reason why people hate fat people is because people hate black people. And
good grief. Oh man, how do you arrive at that conclusion, man? Like, okay, imagine you're like, you know, a kid, you lose your father at age 50 to like, I don't know, heart disease because your dad was eating like crap and he just kind of let himself go toward the end of his life. Like, is not wanting to end up like that racist? I mean, it's not a question. The answer is no, obviously not. I mean, you literally said the reason people hate fat people is the same reason they hate black people. Obviously false. But like, imagine the real world consequences if people actually believed that. Like, imagine you're fat and then like some black guy is telling you about a racist experience that he had, and then you're like, bro, dude, I get it, man. Like, dude, I'm fat, and like, people assume that I may be unhealthy, and that's like the same thing that you experience. It's like, no, it's not.
because people hate black people, and appearing curvy or bigger is associated with blackness, especially black women, and that's why they're discriminated in the workplace, overly sexualized, and this has gone back for centuries and centuries.
It would be kind of cool if she added some sort of like, you know, proof for the claims that she's making. And I promise, I'm not trying to be that guy who's like, Do you have a source for that? Source? Like, that's the last thing I want to be, but like, she's saying so much stuff that I can instantly call bullshit on, but I want to see where she's getting it from. Because she's not just coming up with the bullshit, she's repeating it from like some stupid article that she got or she found, you know? Like, she's kind of just like copy and pasting the talking points that she found from somewhere else. Like, she's not coming up with these claims, at least I think. I mean, I guess there is the small chance that she thinks she's some sort of like academic scholar and has done all of this research and conducted these studies all by herself. But considering that she's a fat activist TikToker, I highly doubt that she would have gone through the hurdles to, you know, actually conduct research of her own.
Lies, and this has gone back for centuries and centuries. All systems of oppression, capitalism, sexism, racism.
Oh, come on, you really want to try that one? The it's all connected method? Some of these types of people like to do this thing where they try to connect everything, and they sort of engage in like this first place gold medal level Olympic gymnastics to try to like prove their points. Like, they want to tie in losing weight to racism, but they can't just do that even though it's wrong. They have to try to tie it back to capitalism and sexism and the patriarchy. It's like, bro, come on. But I think the worst example that you brought up of like, oh, these systems of oppression and how they're similar to fat phobia and stuff is capitalism. Capitalism is the opposite of fat phobic. It's like pro-fatness. Look at McDonald's. Look at fast food. Look at how it's a marketing strategy to include fat people in modern day advertisements. Like, they're literally pro-fat in all of these like major industries.
All systems of oppression, capitalism, sexism, racism, it all comes back to white supremacy, which is the foundation of the fabric of America and rules every sector and aspect of our society.
And just like that, the video ends. Pretty epic mic drop right there. It's all connected to white supremacy, because why wouldn't it be, dude? If you've ever thought about getting a milkshake, but then you decide maybe a water would be better, yeah, you probably own slaves. If you decided today to not have a sugary cereal for breakfast, but rather some scrambled eggs, I mean, dude, you're literally oppressing people as we speak. Like, the fact that you decided to not have Cookie Crisp, I mean, you just basically set us back 200 years as a nation. But yeah, I feel like at this point in the video, I should give some advice to the fat activists. Tip number 1 is give up, but tip number 2 is that if you do really want to stick on this route, you know, you really think you can be a positive force for good, at least try to be realistic. Please don't be one of these people that tries to flip the entire script of society to make people think that like, oh yeah, being fat's good and obesity is actually epic and based. No, you can acknowledge that being obese and being fat isn't healthy while still acknowledging that there is unnecessary harassment targeted toward fat people. And you can also talk about how like Instagram makes people have unrealistic body expectations and eating disorders are bad and all that sort of stuff, but like, let's not try to like completely lie to ourselves and say things like obesity is good, not wanting to be obese is because you're racist, not wanting to be obese is because you're sexist and a capitalist pig. Like, it makes no sense. Like, me rejecting a video like this, I promise you, is not because I'm racist. The premise is I'm fat, look at me eat. Like, okay? But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. If you made it to the end of the video, comment down poster and I'll try to heart your comment. Follow my social medias, links are all in the description down below, and leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.